can you describe your district and tell us in what way are you similar to your district?
I'm from District 24B, and that's Faribault is our largest city, and we have Medford, Morristown, Claremont, and Ellendale.
And how would you say you're like the constituents you represent?
You know, when we did the door knocking a couple of years ago, I'm thinking right in the mainstream. When I would knock on a door and they would ask me questions, I would just say, I'm just your average Joe, and I'm running because I just don't like the way the things that are happening at the Capitol, I just don't like it, and somebody's got to do something about it. And I probably, about 80%, 85% of the people I talked to agreed 100% with what I was saying. So they've been really good. My community has been so welcoming and so warm. I've had virtually no negative input at all, and I'm really blessed.
What are some of the concerns your constituents care about?
Oh, I think right now it's the MNsure problem we've got. My local bank that I deal with, the receptionist there, wonderful lady. She's widowed. She put her 3 girls through college, working 3 jobs. She's finally at the point now working at the bank where she was doing okay. In the last, I'm gonna say less than 2 years, her insurance rate have more than tripled, and her deductible went from $100 to it's either $5,000 or $6,000 deductible. Now, personally, that scares me because when I was in Bemidji working for Bemidji Rental, I had a $5,000 deductible, and I would not go see the doctor unless it was really an emergency. I mean, I would not go. Well, it turns out when we moved to Faribault, I got my first real insurance, $100 deductible, and I found out I had a brain tumor. I went in for a routine checkup, just a physical, just because I told my wife, I said, I don't have to pay for this. And they found evidence of something going on in the brain. So January 7th, 1997, I had the physical. January 22nd, I was in for brain surgery. What I'm scared of is if this gal that works at the bank, if she has something going on that really needs attention, she won't go because she doesn't want to pay the cost of all the medical bills, and that scares me. When you go to $5,000 or $6,000 deductible, you may miss something that could be detected early and be for non-life-threatening. So MNsure's got to be dealt with. That's something we're going to work on this year.
You're better. You're healthy now.
I am. Thank God. I tell people I'm 8 years past my expiration date. I've come to the realization that doctors don't know everything. They will give you like a weatherman's forecast based on the facts that they have at the time. But my expiration date was 2007, and I'm just blessed to have this time that I have. And my record's clean. I have a brain tumor that's still partially in my head, and it's been dormant for almost 20 years. Wow. So praise God.
What would you say is the biggest challenge facing the state overall?
Boy, I think it goes back to MNsure. I mean, that goes back to our health care. That goes back to keeping our people safe, which is what the government's responsibility is. So I'd say MNsure and fixing the health insurance industry is our biggest concern. Second to me would be roads and bridges. They're not getting any better with age, so we need to do an investment in roads and bridges. And I'll put the third one is we had a really good year last year with the bill that we passed for our seniors. So nursing care facilities got an increase in funding, but we also changed the way that they're paid. So they're paid off the base, not off the top. So give you an idea, I got 2 of my nursing homes in Faribault. One got an 18% increase in funding, one got a 20% increase in funding. The one that got the 20% increase in funding, I talked to her in end of November, and as of October 31st, she was able to give her employees raises, and pretty good sizable raises, like going from $9 an hour starting, where they would typically work there for 3 or 4 months, and they would find a new job at Hardee's, would pay more. And they would train them for 3 or 4 months, and they would be there for maybe 6 months total, then they would go on to something that paid more. So now we've got these folks up to about $11 an hour so that they can retain those help. And, you know, for our seniors, that's so important. Both my mother and mother-in-law passed away from Alzheimer's. So long-term care, very fragile care. And when you changed the help that was there, it was very traumatic for them. It was very hard for them to deal with. So I'm really happy with what they did there. What I'd like to do is continue that. We have our assisted living facilities that need that type of help, because right now they're balancing their budgets by not accepting either county pay or medical assistance pays. They have to balance that out between the private pays, otherwise they can't keep their doors open. So typically it's about a 20% they can accept of basically lower income clients, and there's a big waiting list. So that'd be something I'd like to continue too. So roads, bridges, MNsure, and continue the work we did in our senior care. We did a really good job on the senior care. I'm proud of that. Chair Schumacher did a wonderful job putting that together, and the people in the industry said that was probably the biggest piece of legislation in over 30 years. So to me, that was our one we can hang our hat on for last year.
If you could be a teacher of something, what would you teach?
You know, that is a really good question. And for life of me, I thought maybe math or industrial arts, because I'm a mechanic by trade, small engine mechanic by trade. But now with all these young, bright kids coming up, I'm thinking maybe get into some more of, the political realm. Would be kind of fun to teach civics. I think, what I'm starting to learn here and what I can maybe carry forward would be very, very rewarding to be able to see these kids go from kind of having a dream about being involved in politics and making a difference to actually go through and follow through. We have some very, very talented, extremely smart young people at the Capitol, and that's a sign of good teachers.
Representative Daniels, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Sarah.